Hey there, if you're watching this video, chances are you're dealing with a tough situation. Your parents are getting a divorce. And let me tell you, I know it's not easy. Even if you knew it was coming, it can still be a difficult and emotional time. I remember when I was about 12, I asked my mom to divorce my dad because I couldn't handle the pain and stress that their arguments were causing me. Even at that age, it was overwhelming and painful. But despite my suggestion to separate, they continued to live together for another 10 years or so. Seeing two people that I loved constantly arguing and emotionally hurting each other left my brothers and I with a heavy emotional burden that is hard to forget. That's why I'm here to share some tips and strategies to help you navigate this challenging time. Millions of families go through divorce every year, and while it's not something anyone wants to experience, there are ways to cope and come out stronger on the other side. So whether you're feeling angry, sad, confused, stick around because we're going to cover some practical tips for coping with your parents' divorce. So let's get started. Coping with your parents' divorce can be challenging, but there are strategies that can help you navigate this difficult time. Let me share with you a few practical tips to consider. We'll start with the first approach, which is communication with your parents. I know it can be difficult to talk to your mom or dad, especially if you're feeling angry or disappointed that something like this is happening to your family. However, maintaining open communication with your parents during the divorce process can help you feel more informed and prevent misunderstandings. It's important to remember that it's not your responsibility to act as a mediator or therapist for your parents. Instead, focus on expressing your own feelings and concerns in a respectful and constructive way. It can be helpful to set boundaries around communication, such as designating specific times to talk with each parent, or agreeing on a method of communication that works for everyone, like calling or texting. If you're finding it difficult to talk with your parents directly, consider writing them a letter or email expressing your thoughts and feelings. Remember that it's okay to ask for what you need from your parents, whether that's more information about the divorce process or simply emotional support. It's also important to recognize that your parents may be going through their own emotional struggles and may not always be able to provide the support you need. If that's the case, don't hesitate to reach out to other trusted adults or friends for support, or just simply remind them about your feelings. The next tip for coping with your parents' divorce is to stay neutral. Staying neutral during your parents' divorce means avoiding taking sides or getting involved in their conflict. Even if you have a closer relationship with one parent, it's important to maintain a neutral stance to avoid further exacerbating the conflict. It can be difficult, especially if one parent is criticizing the other or trying to involve you in their disagreements. In these situations, it's important to remember that the divorce is between your parents, and it's not about you. It's their responsibility to handle the divorce in a mature and responsible manner, and it's not your job to solve their problems or take sides. Let me tell you that, unfortunately, I fell into this trap and lost many years without talking to my dad, as my mom managed to portray herself as a victim in every situation and blamed my dad for everything. However, looking back on my childhood, I can now understand why my dad acted the way he did. If your parents try to involve you in their conflict by asking you to choose sides or bad-mouthing each other, it's okay to decline. You can say something like, "I love both of you and I don't want to get involved in your disagreements. Can we focus on finding a way to move forward together as a family?" Staying neutral can help you maintain healthy relationships with both parents and can reduce the amount of stress and conflict you experience during the divorce process. Remember that it's okay to set boundaries and prioritize your own emotional well-being during this challenging time. The next suggestion is to find ways to cope with the changes. Divorce can bring significant changes to your life. Parents may decide to move to a new home. This means enrolling in a new school or change your entire schedule. These changes can be unsettling, and it's important for you to find ways to cope with them. One way to cope with change is to stay connected with friends. Friends can provide support, understanding, and a sense of normalcy during a time of upheaval. Maintaining close relationships with your friends can help you feel less alone and more connected to the world around you. Another way to cope with change is to maintain a routine. Routines provide structure and predictability, which can be comforting during a time of change. This means that you should continue to go to school, participate in activities, and keep up with your usual daily routines as much as possible. This can help you feel good and maintain a sense of normalcy. Trying new activities can also be helpful in coping with change. You may discover new interests or hobbies that help you feel good about yourself and distract you from the stress of the divorce. Trying new activities can also provide an opportunity to meet new people and make new friends. Overall, coping with change is an important aspect of dealing with a parent's divorce. You should be encouraged to find ways to cope with the changes, and parents can also help by being supportive and understanding during this difficult time. Another important coping strategy is taking care of yourself both physically and emotionally. This means taking time for self-care activities that help manage your emotions and reduce stress. One way to take care of yourself is through exercise. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters that can help reduce stress and anxiety. Exercise can also provide a sense of accomplishment and control over your body, which can be empowering during a time when so much feels out of control. Pursuing hobbies and interests is also an important way to take care of yourself during a divorce. Engaging in activities that you enjoy can provide a sense of pleasure and accomplishment and can help distract from the stress and worry of the divorce. Whether it's playing music, reading, writing, or participating in sports, you should be encouraged to pursue your passions and take time for yourself. Another important way to take care of yourself is through self-reflection and self-awareness. You can benefit from taking time to reflect on your feelings and experiences and identify your own needs and boundaries. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing, or yoga can also be helpful in managing stress and anxiety during the divorce. These practices can help you stay present in the moment, reduce negative thinking, and promote feelings of calm and relaxation. Don't forget to give yourself time to adjust. Coping with a parent's divorce is a process that takes time. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or confused, but remember that everyone copes with divorce differently, so don't compare yourself to others. And of course, the best advice is to seek support. Talking to someone who understands what you're going through can be very helpful. Consider reaching out to a trusted family member, friend, teacher, or counselor for support. You can also look for support groups or online communities. Now let's shift our focus to the positive side and explore some ways in which divorce can have a beneficial impact on us. First of all, divorce can lead to improved relationships between parents and children. Sometimes, when parents are unhappy in their marriage, they may become distant or disconnected from their children. But after a divorce, many parents realize how important their children are to them and become more involved and engaged in their lives. This can lead to stronger and more meaningful relationships between parents and children, which can be a wonderful thing for everyone involved. Additionally, you may also learn to appreciate and value the time you spend with each parent, which can deepen your bond and make you feel more loved and supported. Secondly, divorce can also be a great way to expand your family tree. With step-parents, step-siblings, and even bonus grandparents, you can end up with a whole new set of relatives to love and appreciate. And let's not forget about the benefits of having two separate homes. With two different households, you might get to experience the best of both worlds. One house might have a pool, while the other has a big backyard. One house might have the best snacks, while the other has the comfiest couches. Who says you can't have it all? Finally, divorce can also teach you about the power of resilience and adaptation. Going through a difficult experience like a divorce can be tough, but can also help you develop a sense of strength and resilience that will serve you well in the future. So, while divorce is never easy, you can find some positive things into it for you too. And who knows, maybe one day you'll even look back on your parents' divorce and laugh about all the crazy adventures it brought into your lives. As we wrap up our discussion on coping with your parents' divorce, remember that you're not alone. Divorce can be a challenging and emotional time for everyone involved, but there are many ways to navigate this difficult transition and come out on the brighter side, stronger and more resilient. By staying connected to loved ones, taking care of yourself, and seeking support when needed, you can always find ways to cope with the changes and find a path forward. And always remember your worth and happiness are not defined by your parents' relationship. You have the power to create your own positive and fulfilling future. And with time, healing and growth are possible. That's it for today. Don't forget to share your comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.